Hi everybody and welcome back. My name's Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. Today I'm going to talk to you about staccato. There are three sort of different types of staccato, or three main types of staccato that I'm going to be going through with you today. The first is going to be finger staccato, the second is going to be wrist staccato, and the third is going to be sort of arm-ish or forearm staccato. So staccato is an Italian word and it's basically just Italian for short or detached. So you would know it just as sort of playing sort of shorter notes on the piano. That kind of thing. So I'm going to show you three different types, as I said. I'm going to be starting with finger staccato, then wrist, then arm staccato. I'm going to zoom in a second and just show you some examples of these, and so you can see my hands a little bit closer, because I know you can't see you can't really see my hands from here, and I'd like to zoom in so that you can see my hands. I might do some slow motion as well so you can really see how they're going, and I'm going to be slowing them as well, so slowing the movement down so you can really see my hands at work. And then I'm just going to, after that, I'll just describe where and when you can use them, what it would be good for, and that kind of thing. So the first one I'm going to be showing you is finger staccato. This next little excerpt that I'm going to play for you is an Écossaise by Beethoven. And this is going to be demonstrating wrist staccato. So the movement is going to be coming from the wrist all the way down to the fingers. So it's almost going to be moving as one like this. Now you might see me do more of this with the left hand than you do with the right hand, just because the fabric of the music is just allowing this. So I don't want to be doing finger staccato. Because I don't want to be that precise with it. So the movement is coming more from the wrist. So you can see that my wrist here at this point is just moving ever so slightly up. So I'll play it through for you a little bit slower, then I'll play it through at full speed, and then I'll do it. I'll slow it down in slow motion. You can definitely see it happening more in the left hand than you can in the right hand. This is a little bit faster. And so the final one I'm going to be demonstrating for you is arm staccato. So this is going to be from sort of the elbow down to the fingers, and it's all going to be moving as one. This is just because the piece of music that I've chosen, which is a prelude by Rachmaninoff, it's Opus 23, number 5, and this has a lot of heavy chords involved in it. So the whole staccato is going to be coming from the whole part of this arm, as you'll see. So I'll play it through for you a little bit slower, and then I'll speed it up, and then maybe I might see if I can try and do this in slow motion, depending on how it comes out. So this is slower, so you can see what's happening. I'm going to do it a bit faster now. three different types of staccato. So the finger staccato, the wrist staccato, and the arm staccato. Depending on what you're doing really is going to depend on what type of staccato that you're using, and you might find that you will just automatically do your hands will just automatically do the type of staccato that you're supposed to be doing according to the nature of the piece. It's very hard to do sort of arm staccato or forearm staccato when you've got very precise kind of scale notes and things. So you won't be able to do arm staccato because it just won't work. So I suppose as a general rule of thumb, the bigger the piece, the more chords you've got in, the more sort of staccato or the more you're going to be using, the more of your hand, fingers, arm and wrist and that kind of thing that you're going to be using. So having said that though, there might be pieces that do have some very intricate type of scale runs or arpeggio runs or anything like that you might want to put a little bit more kind of arm into it to get that different type of staccato. But it's really, you're just going to have to engage with the music and just try it out a little bit and just see what happens. And you know, that's the whole part of trying and practicing, isn't it, to see which one kind of fits best, seeing what you want to get out of the music. For example, the écossais, that the Beethoven that I did, which was supposed to be demonstrating the wrist staccato, which you would have seen more in the left hand than you would have done in the right hand. That I could have easily have done the right hand with more finger staccato, and maybe I sort of did, but it would depend how sharp and detached I really wanted the piece. If I didn't want it to be so detached, I might use a bit more wrist, because it takes more effort to use the wrist, because by the time I've moved that, it's got a little bit, the power's got a little bit less by the time it goes to the fingers. If I'm just using the fingers and the movement is just coming from almost the knuckles just down to the fingers. And then of course, if you've got arm staccato, for the big chords that I was playing in Rachmaninoff, I can't use the finger staccato and I can't really use the wrist staccato either, because the chords are too big, so I need to get my body kind of stuck into a little bit more. I suppose a fourth type of staccato might have been where I was using kind of part of my shoulders or my back, and some of it I may have been using to do that anyway, and you wouldn't have seen that on camera, but that kind of just extends from sort of using the arm staccato. So there we go. Just a little video on staccato. I hope that's been helpful to you. If you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up and everything, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of good stuff, so you don't miss all the new videos that are coming out and everything. Thanks very much for watching as usual, and I will see you in the next video.